Hi, Carl here for ProAV TV, and today I'm going to talk you through the G4 system from Sennheiser. So this replaces the G3 system, which has been around for a good few years now, and it's mainly a visual refresh to touch them up a little bit and make them feel current and modern now in 2018. I mean, products like this have a really long life cycle, and so that's going to be very important for a company like Sennheiser, because analog sound doesn't change that much. Technology hasn't come on that far in recent years, and so it might very well be that in 6 years' time or something like that, these ones are still current models which we're all still using. I mean, they basically, analog transmission still is much more reliable than digital, and it gives you a very low latency and a very long range, both of which are things which digital just can't offer. Now, digital sound is great. It's what I'm using right now with Sennheiser's own AVX system, and I absolutely love this system. But there is slight latency. The range is only about 10 meters, whereas these are about 100 meters. And they work in a very different way in terms of transmission and interference and stuff like that. I've never had any issues, but I know a lot of sound operators out there just know and trust the analog system, and so are going to carry on using it as long as they can. The other reason to choose analog systems like this is because they can still be much more flexible. For example, Sennheiser make these really nice plug-on transmitters which go straight into an XLR on the back of, say, a shotgun microphone, and will communicate directly with one of these receivers. So for a wireless Boompole, this is absolutely fantastic. Whether you've got a boom operator or whether you're literally just suspending it on a C-stand above your subject in a setup very similar to this one, for example. I see that done an awful lot in corporate interviews, which you may be shooting with a very, very limited crew, probably just yourself. And so having a freestanding wireless Boompole means no one's going to trip over any wires, and you're going to get fantastic crisp sound. So we're looking at two different series of products here from Sennheiser. There's the 100 series and the 500 series. The reason we've picked out those two series for you is because they're the ones which are most relevant in Sennheiser's lineup to video production. 100 is a fantastic all-purpose system and solution for people in exactly the sort of situation I just described. If you're trying to do every single job in a production by yourself, a 100 is a fantastic, affordable product, which you're going to be able to have a couple of them in your bag, and it's just going to give you really great all-purpose sound. The 500 is definitely more tailored towards professional sound operators. The main difference between the two lineups is the amount of frequencies that are available to you. The 500 can hit many, many more frequencies and can actually be used at up to 32 channels at once. So you're going to have lots of different units all on different channels without any worry about interference at all. They're much more flexible once you know what you're doing with all of that sort of things. Whereas the 100 is much more aimed at the sort of plug and play audience. Similar in some ways to the AVX system, but a little bit more customizable than that. So if you're looking for a simple audio solution and analog sounds like the way to go for you rather than digital, now that they've discontinued the G3 units, these G4s are a perfect choice for you. Now, I know that the feature set isn't that different than it was on the G3s, which in turn weren't that different than they were on the G2s, but I'm very curious to see what you guys think. Is there a feature which you wish Sennheiser had added, but they hadn't? Let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe this is absolutely perfect for you and you didn't need them to change anything. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section, and if you want to buy any of the products we talked about here today, of course the links are down below, or just get in touch with our sales team. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.